Want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and want to give honor to all the Akim out there that's sincerely pushing this truth on those highways and byways, exposing these devils and raising up Israel. This video is going. I just did some videos on the Black Edomites, which I'm gonna get more into, but this one right here, I'm going to get into white-looking Israelites, and I'm just gonna play this video. Salakia. Alright. Hurry up, motherfucker.
It is a masterpiece of light and shadow, a stylized look at a train pulling into LaSalle Street Station in 1918. The photo, called The Spirit of Transportation, is the work of King Daniel Ganaway, one of Chicago's most celebrated photographers of the 1920s and 30s. Ganaway was a pioneering African-American who freelanced for the Chicago Daily News and the Chicago Herald American, and was the staff photographer for the Chicago Beat, a black weekly. In his day, Ganaway's pictures of industrial Chicago were considered among the best in the nation, winning photo contests against legendary photographers like Edward Weston and Man Ray.
Just a wide variety of shows a broad outlook, a broad spectrum of photography, widespread creativity.
But by the time of his death in 1944, Ganaway was all but forgotten, and most of his photos and negatives were lost and continue to be missing to this day. What's worse, his family attempted to hide his name and his legacy from his descendants. Ganaway married a Swedish immigrant in 1904. When the two divorced in the 1920s after having only one child, the family never spoke of Ganaway again and attempted to hide his race from his grandchildren and his great-grandchildren.
My whole life, I was called a half-breed, or, and I never knew for sure what I was.
But now, after years of family research, Ganaway's descendants have found out about their famous black ancestor and are ready to reclaim their heritage.
You haven't been able to truly own who you are because you did not know about a key ancestor. Your maternal grandfather and your great-grandfather was a mystery. So you did the work. You got skipped, and you discovered King Daniel Ganaway. Christmas is just at my house, and these guys come.
Recently, they held a reunion at a high-rise on the north side of Chicago, where one of Ganaway's great-grandchildren lives. These descendants of King Ganaway, who live in the Chicago area and...
See? Confusion of the faces. Now these three right here, and the rest of them, they look like what we call crackers. You know? But he all descend from a Judite man. A dark-skinned one on top of that. They said they kept it a secret because this is back in like the 20s or 30s or something like that. And he had married a Swedish woman, you know, but she looks like, a European, a white woman. You know, so they never knew all this time. This is where they see it go back to. They probably were some nigga hating motherfuckers too. You never know. But you see, they see it goes back to a Jake. But they look like a Edomite. Okay? If you can't accept that so-called Latinos or Jake, you definitely not going to accept this. And I'm not just, speaking to you southern tribes, Judah, Benjamin, Levi. I'm talking to you northern kingdom too, you so-called Hispanics too. Because a lot of you all would be like, oh, I'm not, I ain't kin to these niggas, you know what I'm saying? Y'all think y'all Edomites, y'all ain't white. Because there's a lot of Latinos who look like this, you know what I'm saying? And they're all Hispanic, Spaniard, Edomites. But a lot of you all are Jake. So like I said, if you can't accept the Latinos, you're definitely not going to accept this. But hold on, that's in the seed. The man carries the seed. That's why I don't do all this, I can't get into the whole Kemet shit talking about the woman is God, the black woman is God. The woman doesn't carry the seed. She's the soil. We have to plant that seed in her soil, Yeah, but I just wanted to get this out, get it out the way. Excuse me, not get it out the way, but Shalom.